Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ecom and Beyond. We're here with Anthony Pittsburgh.
What?
We appreciate everyone coming and already being here. It's going to be an awesome Friday. Can't wait for this day to be over. Hopefully, I don't. Mr. Burns will make me mad, but anyway, let's see what we got in the chat today, here, Anthony. See what we got.
See, first person in today was Storage Scavenger. What's going on, man? Glad to see you today. Got Larry Lafferty in the house. What's going on, Larry? Justin Jacobs. What's up, my man? Got Steven Scroggins. What's up, dude? Slipping, man. They're taking your number one spot. Got No Money G. What's going on, Greg? Good to see you, my man. Got Land Shark Picker in the house. What's up, Craig?
Great.
Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got what to do. Just look out for Debo. He's coming for that chain. You got the Cherry Picker in the house. Good morning to you, Veronica. Hopefully you're having a good day. Got Kelly, the Ecom Mom Ward. Better look out or she'll roundhouse kick you in the jaw. You don't mess with Ecom Mom. Eric Bischoff, what's going on, my man? The Mr. Miyagi of Amazon. Got Shane M in the house. What's going on, Shane? Alexis, KIT Enterprises. What's going on, Alexis? Keep in touch with her. DC Sales, the master of the license plate. What's going on, D? Glad to see you today. We got the old school picker in the house. What's going on, Chris? Georgina Gio. Good to see you, Georgina. Hopefully your day is going pretty good over there in the UK. Steampunk Town. What's going on, dude? Glad that you could make it. Got Jody Mitama in the house. Canada's finest. What's going on, my man? Got the Alabama Thrifter. What's going on, my man? Hopefully you're getting some of them good deals over there in Bama. Got Bargain Effect in the house. What's going on, Tommy? I actually just the other day I named an inventory system after Tommy. Let me show you guys this. So this right here is TBE 1, 2, and 3. I used a sticker for it. So got Robin in the house. Good to see you, Robin. Glad you can make it. The infamous Stacker with us. What's up, Jimmy? Good to see you. And I think Diane Matthews, what is going on? Good to see you today. Simply Dana, good morning to you. Loving the emoji party. I think I said hello to everybody I saw. If I missed anyone, yell at me. And if you haven't said anything in the chat, go ahead and say something so we can greet you. I want to make sure everybody feels welcome.
Hope everyone started out today with some good sales. I did. I had a good Amazon day, $300 and some bucks, $350, and I had 4 items go out on eBay. So it's pretty awesome. A couple of them, 2 of the items were laggers that didn't pay, and they all, I don't know if eBay, on the one item, the guy swore up and down he couldn't pay. I'm not saying I didn't believe him, but nothing surprises me sometimes with eBay. But yeah, he paid, and then the other person bought something yesterday but didn't pay till last night. So that was cool. So that sold, and then I sold 2 other items, another Jason Kidd All-Star jersey and a Funko Pop, a Harry Potter Funko Pop that I got last week when I did my huge order. And just a little heads up to everyone, GameStop got a great sale going on. They had a better sale yesterday, but they still have a good sale today. If you're a lover of the and like the different like clothing items that they have, I think they're 50% off. So like you get a pair of socks for $2, hat for $5, $7, $6 or whatever, and plush is also on sale. Yesterday they had Funkos, $5, which I didn't find out about 15 minutes left in the sale, which they ended at midnight. They had Funkos for $5, and then they are on top of that, buy one get one. So I got 14 Funkos for $37. Amazing. So
Balling.
I need to do a haul video for my last bunch I got, but I'll definitely have to do one for this one when it comes in.
Good to say what's up to Matt, BK Vending and Flipping. Good to see you, man. Yeah, today's been pretty trash for me as far as sales. I literally got like one sale going out right now, and it's a Pokemon card. So it's kind of
Yeah.
pretty. But I like listed my butt off yesterday too, which is like crazy that I don't have more sales going out. Well, I guess technically last night I sold a remote control that I got out of the bins. Dude, you better not try walking on my umbrella once. This cat is like a freaking ninja, guys. He just randomly tries like doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, Robin says super slow sales and lots of eBay glitches over here.
Sucks.
I believe they're doing another round of uh, more item specifics in another category, and they get hit with it first. So, yay! It's coming our way next. But I have a cool little thing to show you guys today, or tell you about that will help with that and make it a little bit easier, making sure that all your items have all the um, specifics that are needed with the item. Um, I was on Tommy's show last night, and he was talking about Opti Seller, and he really didn't use it or anything. So I was like, oh, I'll check it out. So I downloaded last night, signed up for a free account, and it basically will pull out all your listings and then go through them by category. Like if there's a new seller update for, say, another category, or if it's missing something or whatever, it will pull it out and basically, put it in a red box and say, hey, you got to put something here. And then if it's something that is, pretty basic for that category, they'll have a listing of some of the stuff that would fit that category to kind of help you fill it in. So, and then it updates it. You just click the box and updates it. So it's pretty quick and easy for the most part, and it's free. So it's optiseller.com. OPTIS.
I must have missed that part when I was listening in.
What's that?
I fell asleep pretty early last night too. The whole Opti seller thing, because I was listening in to Tommy's show last night as well. I want to say hi to the Fluky. Thanks for being here, my man, and also to Myra. Thank you for all your support. You are awesome.
Today's topic is different ways to help gain exposure to your listings / items on eBay, Mercari, etc. This is the most important thing that you can do to help sell your items. I mean, get it exposure, do the cross posting. There's people that do pay-per-click or promoted listings, social media, YouTube. So there's tons of different things people do to, help with their items. Like I know a lot of people, especially Anthony, and actually myself too, start doing with the cross posting and it's helped tremendously. Move some items, especially for Anthony and others that have really got to go in on the beta. I didn't really get to. I got 5 items listed. Haven't sold anything, but I mean, I only got 5 items, so I can't really expect to.
I did 30 yesterday, so that's technically like 60 new listings just from Vendu, which goes to Poshmark and Mercari from my eBay store. But then I also listed like a buttload of new listings on eBay yesterday as well. So like I think I had all said and done like 80 some listings yesterday, if you count the 30 that I did on Vendu, which would amount to 60 total. So I like listed my butt off yesterday.
Oh,
I got one freaking Pokemon card going out today, which sucks.
My wife, I told her to stop at GameStop because she had to drop off some of my Amazon packages, and she wanted to drop off my other mail, so that was going out my packages to the USPS, and GameStop's computers are down. Yay! So that means I can't get any more of the super deals that they got going on.
Veronica has a good question here. Actually, Shane has a good question too. But Veronica says, backgrounds on pictures. Been seeing lots of wood or grass or fur backgrounds. Is plain white or black still the best? I think it's still the best, but that's just my opinion. What I've been doing lately, when my cat was a kitten, we brought him home, and I used to have like poster board down on top of my black table, and like he wasn't like fully potty trained yet, and he peed on it. So I basically threw that away. And in the meantime, before I got new poster board, I just started taking pictures with the black table with like the white board behind it. And I really like the contrast. So right now I'm taking it with black and white. But I think the solid colors are normally the best. But there's a lot of people that are venturing out. Like I know Lonnie a lot of times will just take pictures right on his little workbench, and you can like even see stuff behind it, like the signs and stuff he has. So a lot of it is, I think, just as far as, you know, like whatever you prefer, you know. But I try to do everything like as close to the book as possible as far as eBay goes. So that's why I stick with the black and white. But what do you think, Nate?
I just started doing basically like the white on white with my table being white and my background on my wall being white. Having the all white background, it helps get your items seen on Google, because they're kind of heard from what I heard, they're kind of picky with, putting, you know, random pics or whatever that have, stuff in the background or whatever. They want items that look professional and have a little bit shorter of a title as well. So that helps you get your exposure on the, Google and other sites like that. Because Google is able to pull that and use promoted listings fees, I guess, through eBay. They have something worked out, I guess. And after 30 days, your items get put on there, and you get that exposure. So, do I think it's like a big deal to do? I guess if depending on what you're selling, because if you're selling stuff, it's like a little bit of a long tail, or if it's like an N64 Mario game, I don't think it's a big deal because it'll just sell like this. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's that big of a deal. But for the most part, I would say yes, just for the fact that you want every possible person that can see your item for sale at whatever price to buy it. And that's the name of the game. That's why we use eBay, is because of that exposure. They have a client base or customer base that is second largest in all platforms. And I mean, that's why I've sat by eBay and had been really using it as my second platform. It was my first platform, but I mean, for the most part, it's my second platform to really help me move other things that I like to sell or deals that I find that I can't sell on Amazon.
Yeah. What is the Bizart app? I've never heard of that.
It's a phone app. That was a good thing, Kent. It's a phone app that it will basically cut around pretty seamlessly without too much of a hassle. Like, say I'm taking a picture and it's against this black curtain, or just it has all kind of craziness in the background, like I have right here. It will actually cut it out around the object and place a white background, or you can put different backgrounds behind it. Like, say you want a wood grain background or whatever. So you're able to do that really quick and without having to do too much, like say on your computer with editing or anything like that. So
I'm gonna look that up.
There is a fee for it per month. I can't remember what it is, but it's a little expensive. But if you're doing a lot of listings and you want to really have a professional look without having to really set it up and have it all, all done or whatever, you can really do it real quick. And with that,
loading.
Cut to the chase.
Thanks for dropping that link, Kent.
Ken is pulling all this too.
Shane M asked if there was going to be a working hangout today. Yes, I'm going to do one on my channel today. probably either 1 or 2 p.m. Who in here wants to be a part of that? Because I only got 6 spots, and I want to make sure that I can get the link sent out prior. So
Pittsburgh RSVPs going.
Yep, you need to RSVP. I already got a spot reserved for Hip Flippin' Mama and Tommy the Bargain Effect. And they haven't even told me they want to do it yet, but they're just always like, you know. And Nate gets a RSVP too, but he has to go work for Mr. Burns today. So
yeah,
his is available to everybody.
Smithers.
So yeah, anybody that wants to be a part of that, just let me know. It's first come, first serve. And then I'll be dropping the link in the chat too. So if you're in the chat, you can always jump into when somebody else jumps off. All right, so I'll send you a link, Alexis.
He says eBay says the reason they're adding all the item specifics is so they can be better searchable on Google and other sites. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I think they're trying to make their shopping experience a little bit better as well on their sites. By putting in the specifics like they do, you'll see stuff in the filters, maybe a little added to it, which will make things a little bit easier for people to buy things. And yeah, I mean, just having more information on your stuff is definitely going to help, because say someone's looking for a certain style of shirt and it's like a hard one to find or whatever, it's a vintage one. Maybe they don't have that brand, but here's this style on this brand. So, there's different things that they'll be able to bring and show people, instead of showing, well, we didn't find that item, but here's this one, and actually come up with something that's pretty close to what they're looking for.
Veronica, you're welcome to join us as well. I see Kelly Hip Flip Mama just jumped in. Kelly, I was just telling them that I'm going to have a working hangout today around 1 or 2, and you automatically were RSVP'd because, we're tight like that.
I think a lot of the reason why you see like different backgrounds, like Steampunk Town says he has one with a light brown and a light gray. I think a lot of the fancier backgrounds you see is people, getting used to listing on Posh, and they think that maybe that helps their listing get clicked on or whatever. To single themselves kind of out of the pack and give them that pop, which I'm sure helps. But like for example, Lonnie used to really get down and dirty with his photos and edit and do all that type of stuff, and now he does it just on his bench because he didn't think it helped move his sales as much as the time as he's putting in. So
yeah,
it all depends on what you sell to. If you sell clothing and it's women's clothing, you might want to do the backgrounds and stuff like that to give your items a pop or a look. But for the most part, I would say go white background, get that Google search, and that would always help you get taken care of. Yeah, D says, I like plain black and white. Etsy encourages a lot of staging and props. Technically, you're supposed to have plain white background on eBay and Amazon. Yeah, Amazon, you have to have white, or they'll just won't even get you, won't even let you put the picture up or take your listing down. So
Amazon's super finicky with stuff. But yeah, as far as that goes, like, I try to take good pictures, but like, truth be told, like, I'm not like gonna freak about them if they're not perfect. So I don't know.
You guys have seen my pictures. I used to have like a little tote next to me, and I'd put like this nice fuzzy blanket down and just take pictures right next to me on the little thing or whatever. So as long as your background isn't like ridiculous, like how DC Sales says, we have a friend who sells hundreds of items a week. His photos are him holding the item in his hand with piles of junk in the background. Yeah, like that. I mean, he must have some great items, because that would worry me as a seller, seeing like a buyer looking for an item, seeing like it amongst chaos or like a hoarder house. That would make me think like something's going to be wrong with the item.
I want to say good morning to Perlini. What's up, Lynn? Good to see you. Jonathan Roseberry, good morning to you as well, my man. Glad you're able to join us. I don't think I said good morning to Ken either, and he's over here dropping knowledge bombs on us. So thank you, Ken. Appreciate you being here, my man. And Larry Lafferty, absolutely, you are more than welcome to jump in whenever you want.
Yeah, Veronica, you have to pay to have that cut feature. It's kind of a little bit pricey, but if you're doing a lot of listings and you don't have that background and don't want to take the time out and put something together, have it situated, then it might be worth it for some people. I know a few people definitely use it for sure, and they love it. And if I didn't have kind of the setup I have, because I'm kind of happy with the all white background, I might just need like one little light so I don't get any shadowing with my hand or myself sometimes. But other than that, I love how my situation is, so I won't use that right now.
What's up, Moronic Pest?
Does anyone use an app or service Sizely? It gives you a drawing picture of your item to place on the posting. You have to enter the measurements. No, I haven't even heard of that. That's interesting. Might have to check it out. See what you're talking about there.
Lisa C says, I was looking through OfferUp one day, and the picture was an Apple Watch on a guy's wrist who was obviously in a bathroom. Nice. It's a Apple Watch on somebody's wrist who's dropping a deuce.
All right. Glad to see mom in the house this morning.
Yep.
Hope she's doing better today. She
The
seemed
flipping one.
pretty upbeat yesterday, so I'm glad I was able to hang out with her yesterday and try and make her day at least. Oh, I have to show her something. Hold on. Mama, I hope you're still here. Oops. It came in. It came in a couple of days ago. It was packed in an Amazon box, and my wife put it in the Amazon. I recalled her return. So
Jonathan said he lost his wrench, Nate.
what in the world?
Taking wrenches from people now, man?
I did not do that.
A wrench got lost in your beard somewhere.
I don't know what he's talking about. I see a blue. I don't know. I didn't take any wrenches off anybody. There would be no reason for me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
See my chat. Other than that situation right there, my chat is so blue right now.
Yeah, it's blue dabba dee dabba die.
Actually, I'm sorry. I missed one other person. The fluky is not blue. Robin is not blue. Damn, Matthews. What was I thinking? You're blue. All right, now that's better. Wait, there's like 3 other people not blue.
Wrench fest, guys.
I'm
I'm turning Nate into Oprah now. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. You get a wrench.
I'm usually pretty good with the wrenches for the most part. I thought. See, with sometimes when you don't look at the stream, you're always through StreamYard. You don't even see who's blue, who's whatever. So
yeah,
it's like
to like work on that. You want a wrench, Nola? You can have one.
Nola's wrenched up.
Yep.
All right. If you're not wrenched,
he stays wrenched up. Wow. Show me your wrench. Uh-oh. He wants the hot pink heat gun.
So another way to gain exposure to your listings, and this is for YouTube creators, is doing what we do. Just showing your items. You know what I mean? Just showing people what you list and making videos, your hauls, and I mean you might even get some sales before you even have to list it. You know what I mean? And for some people it might work a whole lot better. Some people, like myself, I've never sold anything to a viewer. Well, no, I take that back. I sold a cup to D. But yeah, I mean, you guys could, if you see items that say I have or whatever, I would love to make private deals with people versus giving eBay money or Etsy or any of those places or whatever. So, if you're doing content or whatever, just tell people, hey, if you want to buy something, you see my video, hit me up fast before it sells, and I'll hook you up. Because that's what I would do. Anything people see that I have no problem with, giving them a discount or whatever, because I'm saving a little bit of money on fees, so I wouldn't mind passing along and giving somebody a better deal. Anthony's done some stuff like that where he showed different items. I don't know if he sold anything to. I don't know, he sold some stuff for review a couple times, but
nothing like a lot of the larger channels. But yeah, I get some viewer sales every once in a while. So I keep them Picksburgh stickers handy. I like to throw a little something in there just as like a thank you,
Yeah, I gotta get my game up with some stickers. I have to get some together. But yeah, YouTube it's a free thing. You're doing it anyway. Like if you're doing a working hangout or anything like that, like we do. Show your items. Tell people, hey, if you want to buy it, make me an offer, and it's a good offer. Or you can go back and forth and make a deal. Why not? You know what I mean? It's free. You're doing it anyway on YouTube, so why not? And you're hooking up somebody that appreciates you and likes taking the time out to watch it. So that would be a win-win for everyone. PK Vending and Flipping says the only time I sold to a viewer was through the source movement. I wish I made one of those videos. I didn't do that. I've been like on a video strike lately, which not on purpose, but just so busy with just getting out through the holidays, and I'm going through the birthdays, and I was sick last week. So, but yeah, I wish I did that for the Christmas thing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I actually don't think I got any sales through the Sarths, but got a few subscribers, which is always good, just for people searching Sarths. Yep, Lynn got a Picksburgh sticker. You sure did.
One other way to, we touched on this a little bit earlier, I think. Social media. If you got the pictures already taken, throw it up on Instagram, Facebook Marketplace. It's another way you can kind of cross post to, the other places that you're going to post to anyway. If you have that one item already pictured up and you kind of have a good idea of the description, or you're just going to copy and paste description, which I don't put much in the description. It's more like, hey, this is a brand new item or this is a used item, rename it, because I have all my item specifics and, the specific thing now. But that's honestly, in my opinion, a little too crazy or whatever. But, if it's already, you already have the information, you already have it next to you, you already have the photo, throw it up on Facebook.
What time, Alexis, is your auction this afternoon? I want to make sure I don't run over you with my hangout.
He said, beep, beep, and run you over, Alexis.
Yeah, you definitely do got a sticker on that. Appreciate that. 4 p.m. Okay. Yeah, I'll get off before you go on then.
You went Super Bowl shopping. Yeah.
Look at this. Nate's got that service.
I got that Starbucks.
See that? Delivery and everything.
It's not delivery. It's the wife.
Yeah. Gotta get down, cat.
Plus the upcharge of me getting one of these is double the cost, plus wear and tear on the vehicle and gas. So this is like a $20 coffee right here. I'm curious, does anyone in the chat do a lot of or does any business on Instagram or anything like that, where you just post your items up and it sells, and how was your experience with that? Was it just stuff that you shipped? I know that you can basically say, I'm shipping this item, $8 shipping or whatever for the cost of it. So I'm very curious to see if anyone uses social media on top of posting on the different websites or platforms. I know I hate doing Facebook Marketplace. I look on there countless time, day and day night, and I go in there and I find like good stuff, and it's just another reseller asking for like $20 more than eBay, and I get upset and I just kind of turn it off.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I always feel like local deals should be like cheaper than eBay.
Yeah, I mean, because you got to think of like anything that's sold online, your shipping involved, and that's just going to get added to the price. So even if it's $29.99 free shipping, and the shipping was say $5, then I expect to get it for like $20, and that's me as like an end customer or someone that collects or whatever. You know what I mean? Not someone that's trying to flip it or trying to make a dollar or whatever. And that's basically everything that I try to get online, basically for the most part. The only thing I could say, honestly, that I want so bad down here is one of those Ninja Turtle arcade machines.
Yeah.
Those things go on sale for $1.99. I'm all over that. All over that. That's going to be my late birthday gift from me to me. Cowabunga. I go into Walmart, my local one, all the time, and me and my son play that like crazy. He just hits buttons because he doesn't understand, but I'm like, come on, follow me. You're lagging behind. I'm getting hit with this. They throw the big ball down the steps or whatever. It's like bouncing. I'm getting like smashed by it because I'm trying to leave the board. Robin says that Facebook Marketplace for larger items is hard to ship. Yeah, for sure.
I do that too. I have a ton of stuff that needs listed on Facebook Marketplace that literally I've been putting off for like a year. I just have a stack of stuff in my basement that needs to go through Marketplace.
Dee said she sold a coffee mug on Instagram, did it through PayPal to a YouTuber. That's awesome. I definitely want to get some stuff made by Dee. Her stuff was awesome.
Killing me, cat.
I want to get as soon as I'm currently looking at vehicles, so we'll see what happens with that. I kind of told the wife we'll be looking, so we'll see if anything happens. If I do, I'm going to put definitely a brand new license plate on that mofo.
Yeah. What's up, Alex? You want to come sing the national anthem?
we need a little fat man in our lives. Lexa says she sets up people's websites through OBS to direct people to my stores. Oh, you direct. Okay, I got what you said now. I was confused for a second. So it looks like a few people have done direct sales, store scavenger. I direct them through YouTube, social media, but several sales direct through my videos. Flunky says he's done some Facebook, Craigslist for flea market booth items, and will be for my eBay items too, starting with a lot of vintage ties I'm processing now. Yeah, I mean, if you already got the stuff you need, and it's only a couple clicks, and it's not too much to really check on it every day to see if something's sold. Like for example, like my Mercari, it doesn't do a cha-ching or anything. I always have to go look at it, but if it's going to give me a chance to sell, and that's the stuff I'm putting on there, I guess sells pretty good. Then why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Say hi, Mr. Null.
Well,
hey, buddy.
What up, Killer Nala?
He's like all over this place, man.
So many things. Alex said that was his proudest moment, Fergie.
Yep.
That was definitely one of the highlights of Ecom and beyond.
Yeah.
We should almost have that like at the beginning of every show and just stand up and do the national anthem to that.
Dude, were you able to cut out that song so we can like build it into like?
I definitely could. I definitely can.
Because we're in the elevator, man.
Definitely can. You want me to find it, bro? Like right now, or you want me to save it for another video or something?
Oh, I don't care. Whatever you want to do, man.
We'll maybe save it as a sneak peek.
You know what else we need to do? We need to figure out how to get that like popped up on our screen, like Tommy does the "Hi, I'm Brad, I'm in the shed" or the knowledge bomb. We need to have like the Alex's Fergie pop up. That'd be awesome.
Tommy says, "Oh my God, I missed the superstars. Is he still here? I overslept." I guess
nice. He says I can record an official sample for you guys. That would be so awesome. Yeah, I ended up making that show my like return subscriber video on my channel, just because it was so much fun.
Just throwing bombs out there, knowledge bombs.
Hey, you're welcome, Mac. Macman.
Macman. So I want to hear some stuff that you guys do that to try and gain some exposure to your items. What other things you do that maybe just not the average reseller might do that you think gives you a good advantage or helps sell your stuff? Very curious, because I need something for my non-Amazon stuff.
There's a lot of like little simple things you can do. Like, for example, on eBay, you can promote the listings. You can run sales on the listings. With Mercari, you can promote the listings. You can also send offers on both eBay and Mercari as well to your people that are liking your items. So like I do that a lot. Like I'll always promote. I'll usually run sales, and I'll always send offers and stuff like that. Alexis is asking, am I going on at 1? Yeah, most likely 1 o'clock, at the latest 2 o'clock. But it just depends. I don't like want to run anybody else's time over.
Kelly says that she shares her stuff on Pinterest. That's actually not a bad idea. I might have to talk to my wife about that because she has a Pinterest account. Say, hey, while you're home, surfing and turfing the web, why don't you throw these listings up for me real quick and see if you get any bites?
What listings?
Well, like she says that she shares her stuff to Pinterest.
Oh yeah.
I like to throw some pictures up and direct them to my way or whatever.
Yeah, Max says he posts them on Facebook. Yeah, I know Tommy the Bargain Effect does a lot as far as posting over to Instagram.
Tommy, that would be awesome if they add that to StreamYard. That would be awesome. You could do like little 10, 15, 30-second clips or whatever and just press a button and just have it preload.
So when you do that, Tommy, like what do you go to put that there? Is that like one of the image overlay things? Is that where you put the video?
I don't see that in my stuff. It must be, unless it's an OBS thing or something.
What's up, Jen A? Reselling addicts in the house.
What up, Jenna?
Tommy says Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram with the right tags makes a world of difference.
Yeah, that's what I got to learn. I got to learn, how to use my tags a little bit better. Not only for my items like for resale, but for even YouTube. Like I have a couple things that assist me with it, but you know what I mean? I feel like I'm still missing something. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm just paranoid or weird. I don't know. Trace says, Nate, link your Pinterest to your accounts, and when listing, it gives you the option of sharing it to Twitter, etc. Oh, okay.
What's up, Bob and Lisa?
I had no idea.
Tracy.
Lisa said they sold 4 items off IG in the last 2 days. They're setting Instagram on fire. I need to do that's why I wish I had more time. Like me being really short on time doing what I do and then working on top, it frustrates me because I feel like I could be doing so much better. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I probably waste a little more time on YouTube and everything else or whatever. But I really think like I could be doing a whole lot better on other platforms, not just Amazon, being able to do some of these things, and I just don't have the time. Like I just don't, or I don't have the knowledge to add maybe some things that are really quick, like the Pinterest thing. I would have never. I don't even have an account. Like my wife does, but I don't.
Alex says that he makes a collage with the product in different positions, and it says LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Tinder.
About the purse that he sold that he was doing all types of poses with.
Yeah,
That thing sold like hot lava. It went fast.
that's for sure.
I flew out the door. They're like, wait a second, that purse is so fly. If you could make it look good, then let me get that.
Yeah, he's not looking for hookups. He's looking for customers.
You looking at my girl? That one video was so funny. People's looks on their faces when you drove up and had them in your car. You had the mannequin in your car. They're like, what? If you use Etsy, you can use a site called eRank to grade how good your tags are. I'm gonna have to look at that right now. So it's only for Etsy for that site.
I don't know. I've never heard of eRank before.
There's so much stuff out there that this is kind of cool. From little things grow, big things grow. The SEO advantage top sellers use to grow their Etsy shop. So yeah, it's just for Etsy.
So I'm curious, what do you guys think about this whole no eBay open, like with these traveling eBay things where they're bringing the open experience to you within like a 3-hour portion or like an hour and a half portion, depending on what they're doing in any specific city? Thrift Boost. What's going on, Chris?
What up, Chris? Yeah, part of the reason why I came up with this topic a little bit is because I wanted to get in the mindset of what Tommy's talking about right here, is because of eBay. I feel like they're going to be going more pay-per-click, more promotion stuff. Like it's going to be eating so much profit if you want to be, in some of these really saturated categories of certain things. And that's one thing I definitely want to try and not be in, is those categories. But for the stuff I do have that's in it already and I'm already invested, and I don't like throwing stuff away because I'm just not that type of person, or donating it. I want to get every dollar I can because I want to go full time. Then I got to do this stuff. I got to really promote myself, my products, me. You know what I mean? Just me, everything.
Did you come out with your own line of beard products?
I'm just going to start grabbing my items. Like here, I have like this line tamer, and I'll just start putting it next to the beard. And then I'll just do all type of poses with the beard with it. I'm like, that was touched by the beard. I need that. Yeah, Wes Max Gary, what's up, buddy? Always good to see you. Yeah, but that's what I fear. I fear that eBay's gonna really try and grab up all this promotion money off every sale, and it's gonna be like it's gonna get up to probably closer or even more than what Poshmark's gonna be. That's my feeling. Poshmark's like 20%. I have a weird feeling like after you add it all up, pretty soon it's gonna be like 20-25% on eBay. And I mean, you think, oh, it's just 10%. 10% can be a lot of money over time, guys. A lot of money, and just giving it to eBay, which, unless they're really going to use the money to like make things 1,000 times better, and they're going to really start like pushing their game and everything, it's not worth it. It's really not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Diane makes a good point here too. She says that it's not up to any platform to sell your items. It's up to sellers to drive buyers to their listings. And that's true, because each of these platforms really is just a tool, and it's up to us to list good items and source well. Can't tell you how many items that I've listed that are just straight garbage, just because I was kind of learning, and going back through, like, even some of the really junky stuff that I have. Like, I can't tell you how many items I've removed from eBay just because they really weren't worthy of the platform. Although I have sold some pretty crappy items too. So, I mean, I can't really hate on that. But one thing I've noticed, especially with the big Ross buy I just did, last year compared to this year, I picked up way, way, way less than I did, just because stuff was cheap. Because so many items I had that I literally just had to bulk out, that just like literally were not selling, and like I'd bring them down to like bottom dollar on eBay and still wasn't going anywhere on like any platform. So I got a whole lot better with that.
Something, yeah, like, there's sometimes on some items that I feel like they're just buried. You know what I mean? And I don't do the deactivate or end listing and relist. I don't do that. I probably should, because that's probably one of the reasons why I'm getting, no traction on some stuff where I think I should. So maybe since today's the last day of the month, maybe I'll do it, after work today. Maybe I'll end some listings, and I'll do 20 or something, because I have extras. Like, I think I'm up to the premiere. So I have, I think, like 600 listings or 500 listings. So I'm only at 300. So I have 180 listings. I can just pause and restart. You know what I mean?
Robin's asking, has anyone put their eBay brand logo and address store on their vehicle to promote? I know Tommy the Bargain Effect does that. I haven't. I mean, I have a Picksburgh license plate that DC Sales was awesome enough to make for me. And then I also have a follow me on YouTube at Picksburgh decal that Tommy the Bargain Effect sent me. But other than that, no, I don't have any kind of, eBay promotion or anything like that.
So I look at that as like more of a negative than a positive. But I could be wrong the way I think. Sometimes I always think the wrong way. Sometimes I don't know. It's how I am. But like the whole aspect of, I'm a reseller in some situations, and have it on your car at all times. You know what I'm saying? So if I pull up to a garage sale, I might not get the same deal as I would if they just thought I was a random Joe that bought a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I just think certain circumstances that could be a negative.
Although it could be a major positive. I've seen Cincinnati Picker back when he used to have, what was it? The name of his company he had with the warehouse. And he'd roll up, and people would give him even better deals because they knew that that's what he did. So it could just be. I think it was like, look what I found. But yeah, like I've seen him get better deals because of it.
Right. I mean, but like having on your car, like unless you're not going to use that car and use a different one, like you're stuck with that, like wherever you're going. You know what I mean? Like if I had a business, a brick and mortar, that'd be different, because I would need and have to have that traffic, not only for people coming to buy stuff, but to sell me stuff. Like, I'd want that because I'd have a location set up, the whole 9 yards. But having it at my house like I do now, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm not home, I'm at work, I got random people coming to my house or possibly coming to my door. You know what I mean? Like, I would have to get Amber the shotgun. You know what I mean? Like, because my area is not the best, guys. I mean, it's smack dab. Like, it's like Menneson in my area is like, you got the rich neighborhoods, you got my house, and from this point on is the hood. So I'm like, in the middle grounds of all that. So
you see what Tommy said? Said I've been offered so many more deals since I have put that on my truck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying like, big thing for me is like, if you have a business card, for example, and you're handing it to somebody, you know what I mean? Like, you can pick and choose your situations on when you want to use that to your advantage. But like, I don't know. I would think if I was going to garage sales, that would hurt me. And garage sales is like, for us, like the short period it is, it's so important for us to bulk up and do so good there that I just wouldn't want that to be seen. But like Tommy says, like he's done, he got some amazing deals because of it. So I mean, I guess it's just based on your preference and what you think or whatever. I mean, but yeah, again, like I said, like if I could have a retail brick and mortar, or like like I said, I had it set up at my dad's where I was able to use that address of my dad's warehouse. At least I'm sending them there, and my dad could like call me when they come or something, or if someone had something to sell, then I would be for it because I'd want to get that thing. But I don't know. Sometimes you don't want attention. Sometimes in our area, people think you got a bunch of stuff. Next, your door gets kicked in, and then you get robbed. So you know what I mean, like, and that could happen to any person. But now putting that on your car, letting people know, like, hey, I got all this inventory in my house. Come on down. That just makes me, and I'm not here for 8 hours a day, at least. You know what I mean? Where it could get a little shady. So, but I mean, there's always pluses and minuses to stuff like that. It's just you're basically what you're comfortable with doing or whatever.
On the other hand, though, people can see you have all that stuff in your house just by watching your channel.
Well, I mean, they always see what I have behind me. I mean, they don't know exactly what I have, and but I don't know. So I wish, like I said, I wish I just had a retail location. I got 3 kids, young kids. My kids here knock at the door. Sometimes they first thing they think is it's me or something. They open the door or want to open the door. So yeah, I just don't. It's not. I'm just not. I'm not excited about doing that at this time. But in the future, yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, I'd want to scream from the mountaintops. Once I get my dad's uh, location set up and everything, where I'm able to like focus, traffic there, and have things of precaution to protect myself and my assets and my family. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, but I'm not saying that Tommy's wrong for wanting to do that or anything. I mean, every situation is going to be different for what you want to do or whatever. But to me, I just think that would be. I think our area has a bad like thing with it too of resellers. You know what I mean? Just like how Facebook Marketplace is with us. Like people like would see, oh, he's trying to make money on me. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of response that I would feel that I would get pulling up with a every day I'm hustling whip, or you know or my business name slashed across it or whatever. Like I don't know. So like Lisa C says, someone pulls up in my garage sale with a Tesla. No deals for you. Yeah, Robin, that's a good point. You can get magnetic ones. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I mean, it just all depends, guys. I mean, to me, I'm not comfortable with it just because my kids are young, and I wouldn't want anything, happen to them while I'm gone, or God forbid. But
It just goes back to it's not a one size fits all business. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, work good for somebody, may not work good for someone else. Maybe an inconvenience for you, maybe a great convenience for somebody else.
right.
Tommy says depends on what ride you're in. Every day I'm hustling pulls up in a Pinto. They may start fundraiser.
Right? They might sign me up for a Pimp My Ride or something like that.
That would be awesome. Could you imagine like a Pimp My Ride reseller edition?
Dude, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
He says it's a mindset, Nate. It's all in your mind. I know sometimes I'll be the first one to say, sometimes I have the worst thought process of a situation or whatever. And sometimes if I'm very close with someone, I'll be like, give me your honest opinion, because sometimes I think a little offy of my thought process or whatever. So I don't definitely agree with you. It's my mindset of what that is, but like everyone's different.
Yeah, for sure. So a couple of pickers said they sold another item off Instagram last night. Hashtags are the bomb.
Candigo says while bumping the ghetto playing loud, right? Definitely wouldn't like my business. I'm like, I ain't going making him no money. Get the stow and go Rafrook on the Pinto in a trailer. Golden. Yeah, I hear that. It's going to be a very. I think with the reselling on the platforms, I think this next year is going to be the most. Um, you're going to see a lot of stuff going on, and just like I think eBay. Who knows what's going to happen with them? You might see another platform pop up. You never know. You know what I mean? So I think more than ever, you're going to see a lot of fees and stuff start to increase and pay per clicks, and
Yeah.
because you know the ecom business is getting bigger, because we only have a small percentage of all the sales that are come online. Like I think what they said, like 10% of all sales are online or something like that. It's probably might be a little bit more now, um, but I mean it's growing every year. It's getting bigger. It's getting more popular, especially as more of these stores close and everything like that. So more of these niche stores and platforms are going to pop up, and advertising and promotions and just all that type of stuff is going to be crazy. So who's the best person to promote for you is you, but you have to put the
Yep.
work into it. You know what I mean? Like you're the only person that's going to worry about your bottom line, what you got going on, your company. You know what I mean? These other companies, they're looking to make their 5% promotions and everything else, and they don't care if the item's right for the customer or whatever. They just want to make that money. So
Yeah.
it's always best to do what you can to promote yourself and to look out for yourself
What's up, Ray?
in business.
Nashville Flippers in the house.
What's up, buddy?
One thing I've noticed too, and I don't know if this has anything to do with kind of eBay's shortcomings over the last year, but cross posting is definitely a trend. It's on the rise big time, and that's tangibly known just with the list perfectlies and the vendus and all of those, where people are willing to pay to have a easier cross posting experience. And for me, I know it's helped drive sales a lot. And I'm sure it's probably been that way for a lot of people that are using those platforms. But yeah, I mean, that right there, because for the longest time, I was strictly eBay. You know what I mean? Like, and now I got myself stretched over 4 platforms. And, you figure all of the sales that should have just gone to eBay, now they're having to share it with three other platforms. Yeah, and that's true. That's true, Kent. You got to evolve or perish.
Exactly. It's a dog eat dog world out there. I mean, Amazon's getting bigger. They ain't definitely ain't slowing down.
Yeah.
There's more of these different platforms popping up, and they're doing okay. I mean, they're eBay's still the top dog out of the other platforms.
Yeah,
But
sure.
they're nosediving. I mean, not straight down, but they're declining like this. I mean, if you the most the auction professor did a video, I think it was like 4 months ago or so, and it showed you like basically what was like trending with like the different platforms, and it was a really good thing for me to watch, because it gave me a great understanding of the different platforms and what was really doing what and everything like that, right? So Amazon was going like this, of course. They was going up.
All right.
eBay was like a slow, gradual decline, but it was like such a, basically from the point where Amazon started spiking and going straight to the moon, eBay started taking their dive. And then you have the other platforms. You have Mercari, you have Poshmark, you have Etsy. Etsy's the third highest trending platform, and they're growing, but they're not growing super fast. They're just kind of you see a little bit of a growth pattern, and the other one's the same thing. So the other ones are growing. eBay's dying.
Yeah.
Slowly, but I mean
Inventory.
they're losing customers, they're losing sales, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens here moving forward.
What's up, Zahir? Good to see you, my man.
What up, Z? Always a pleasure to have you in the chat.
Absolutely.
He was probably one of my favorite people to interview.
Yeah, Z's the man.
Definitely in the top few that I like. It was like when we had him on, it was like talking to you. Like it was like we were friends forever. So it was very cool when we had him on the show. It's always a pleasure to have him in the house.
Yep. And he says he agrees as time goes, the younger generation will buy their stuff from more modern sites. Yep. That's why I'm seeing a lot of the stuff I sell go really well over on Mercari, is because the stuff that I like to source most is, stuff that younger people would like.
That's why I like,
It's awesome.
especially with with the cross posting being the big thing. That's why I kind of just jumped into it. Now I'm not doing Posh just because I know I can't share.
Dude, with all the clothes you have, though, you should do Posh.
Yeah, the fees are higher. The share thing, I know people would help me and share for me, but I just feel that I don't know. I just feel like the fees are too high. I'd rather just rock it out with 3 platforms: Amazon, eBay, and Mercari. I really feel like that would probably be the most I can do, unless there was another platform that pops up here shortly.
Yeah, you use Grailed.
I don't think my stuff really is Grail. See, Ken says Posh is a waste of time. Low ball city.
Take me down to the low ball city.
And then with the 20% fees on top, I mean, how much? I mean, if I was trying to if I was trying to stop selling clothes altogether, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind just pushing it all out there and just letting it rip and taking every low ball offer that came through, as long as I came up with a little bit of money or whatever. So, but yeah, the 20% fees, the sharing, it's kind of it's just too much. You know what I mean? Like if it was like, okay, we'll do 5% or 7%, and when you have to share, maybe I would think about it. But I mean, paying more than
it's like
eBay,
I believe.
Yeah, paying more than eBay for every item, basically, unless it's a lower price thing, then I can't do it.
Yeah, I will still continue to use it, just for the fact that even if it's a little bit higher than eBay, if it sells quicker, it gives me that money back that I can put back into something that's even better. You know what I mean? Not that I'm gonna go gung ho sharing it and stuff. Like I am gonna try to make it a point, like during downtime, like maybe during like toilet time, I might go on there, share a few things, and then the people that share for me, I might share a few of their things. But it's still going to be like low man on the totem pole type thing for me. You know what I mean? It's not going to get as much attention. And really the only reason it's getting the attention it is now is just because Vendu makes it so easy for me to just throw stuff over there whenever I'm throwing it over to Mercari.
And how many listings do you have on Posh?
On Posh? I don't know. Let me check.
Because I mean, like if you started bulking up your listings there, say you started clothing was going to be something you wanted to maybe start focusing on, or if you've seen deals that
I have
you're like
86 listings on Posh right now.
How many?
86.
So, like, if there was a button, you just click one button and said share your store. Like, that's what they need to come up with, like just a select all poof type thing instead of doing the one by one by one. Like, who in the world wants to do that? Like, especially if that's one of your main platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, eBay's percentage is high. I'm a top rate seller, so what? It's like 9%, and then they make you pay for the shipping on top or whatever. But I mean, you make a little bit of money on that, so I really don't really count that. And all I do 1% promoted. I don't do the 5% or the training rates. I don't do any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching somebody last night randomly because I fell asleep surprisingly down here, which I do almost every night by accident. So I was watching something and it kicked on to somebody's channel or whatever. I don't even know who it was. It's nobody I subscribe to. And they were at eBay Open and they were talking about promoted listings and all that, type of stuff. And they're like, "Oh, I do 1% under trending," and I'm like, well, "Why in the world would you want to put all that into it?" And they're like, "I do 1% under, so the trending rate goes down, so us as a whole cannot spend as much, percent wise on the rates or whatever." So that was their excuse for what they do. You got it right on the nose. All that money's going to be coming in. If you need to improve your mood, drive by H&R Block and see all the cars in the parking lot. All those tax returns getting filed. People will be spending soon. I
Yeah.
mean, like they seem to be spending good now, but you know, if it gets better, like if oh man, I hope eBay, PayPal on 1%, promoted fees not included. FVR on shipping. You don't pay on postal fees alone are not far off. Plus, generally the item is much more than. Yeah, I mean, I know it's it's not as much as Posh, especially for me because I don't do turning rate, but it's up there. I know it's up there, but anything more than what I'm paying now, like if it's 20%, that just seems way too much. Alex, as all business eventually come to an end, there's always something that will be better in one way or another. That's what we do. Improve us as a business. People either adjust, grow, or stay behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And and that's what we gotta do. That's what makes us resellers as a whole better than any brick and mortar or big retailer out there, unless you're basically Amazon or Walmart or whatever, because they're basically the trendsetters. They're the ones that change the game because they are the game, basically, if you think about it. Um, with just how everything goes. I mean, the Amazon is killing it with the next day ship packages getting your house. Some people can get stuff in 30 minutes. They're getting like groceries. Like someone ordered, I heard this on someone ordered groceries or whatever, got in 30 minutes. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
insane. That's crazy. But we have an advantage because we're smaller. Well, not everyone, but there are some big people like that do crazy volume.
Yeah.
And the smaller the reso, the easier it is to adapt because we don't have as much to change or things to move around or whatever. So that's what helps us, and that's why I think moving forward, you're going to see more people, um, more people doing this as like a little side hustle. Maybe not as a full blown business, but you'll see more people doing this as another way to gain money or have some type of income coming in on top of maybe what they're doing. I think that with every day a business is closing, another one to open. That's basically us. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that Tommy's title last night was about his eBay punishment or whatever. The saga was over. I didn't really catch exactly what the punishment was, though. If you feel like sharing that, Tommy, feel free to type that in chat.
they they took away his best feedback store They kept them to 100 listings and 5,000 total products listed, and no international. I think it was.
Stupid.
No, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of what the guidelines were. Cause I stayed up for the whole time they were live last night. I was
Yeah, dude, I tapped out. The funny thing is, I tapped out before it, and then I woke up for a little bit because I was sore and I was waiting on my pills to kick in again, and then I tapped out again shortly after I was in there. So
yeah, I messaged Anthony last night. I'm like, man, you gotta check out GameStop. I didn't get no response. I was like,
out.
GameStop had them deals, guys. I'm telling you, especially them Funkos. I was getting Funkos for $250 a pop, literally a pop. They had deluxe ones. They had the exclusive, like GameStop ones. I mean,
more cell phones? Like, does that mean you're not allowed to list from a cell phone, or you're not allowed to sell to cell phones, or you're not allowed to sell cell phones as a product?
Yeah, he's not allowed to sell in that like category.
That's stupid.
Like I said to him in the chat, I'm like, what are they trying to be Amazon all of a sudden? They like gated him in cell phones and the cell phone accessories. Like what? I mean, that to me is just insane. Like, especially what's going on with eBay lately. Like, you would think they would be kissing all of our feet, especially if we went to one of these like reseller like meetups with them or whatever. You think they'd be showering us with gifts and just like, giving us free hotel stays and everything because we went through so much stuff with them, you know what I mean? With the glitches and just, all the stuff. And, like, then they do stuff to that, like Tommy. And, like, as far as I know, he didn't do anything wrong. So, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I hope, like at least as he says, but at one point, Amazon will get too big. The government will come after them. They've started to do like I guess, look at them for monopoly, and it's mostly because of the AWS with their data and everything. Because with that data that they have, which I'm sure they'll say they didn't go in and look at people's files, but with some of the data that they know and the information they obtained for the fact of when they put in like warehouses and or they're going to set up any type of new like business situation, they basically ask these cities to outline like all types of information, like their infrastructure, what they got coming to the city, so on and so forth. So they're able to get all this information ahead of anybody would ever know. So
Yeah, it's crazy, Tommy. And it took them forever to like actually come to some kind of a verdict for you, man. Like, thank God there's other platforms that you're able to use and survive on, while they went through all their junk, man.
that's crazy. Like that's mind-boggling, really.
So let me ask you this, man. Like, so now that you're back and you're able to use eBay, but you have these restrictions, where does it line up on your totem pole? Like, would it automatically become your number one platform again, or is it kind of going to be like, just kind of in the mix, like, as a secondary or a third or whatnot? I'd be curious to know that, especially since you've been gaining traction, I'm sure, on a lot of the other platforms.
Oh wait, I hate when my chat jumps like a
Jumpity. What's up, Georgina?
D says, without foreign sellers, Amazon would be half its size. I would hate to see what eBay would be. eBay would probably be a third of what they are. I mean, not third, like that's probably it's probably like 66% of their business is probably from foreign sellers. I mean, to be honest.
Jody just said, I don't ever think eBay will become Tommy's eBay again. Like Bay, like his boo.
Right. I don't think so either. I mean, how can you trust a platform after that? You know what I mean? Like, the only reason why I would even, like, if I was him, I would even use eBay just for the fact they have the second biggest customer base. Other than that, like,
Yeah,
I would have no, like, trust or thing of them at all because, like I've gotten suspended before for me listing stuff stupidity like vape juice, and they suspended me, and I didn't have sales for like 2 months after the fact I got unsuspended. So it's like they have the power just to bury your listings. Like he might not even sell anything for the next month or two.
Yeah.
And he can have like the most vintage, awesome Tommy or Polo stuff for $1, and it would be buried. Like they would just keep them hidden. Like it would be like it's not online. I'm sure that he's definitely going to see, some type of, blocking on their listings or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, because I know I did for the first like month or two after being, unsuspended. They're going to be on his listings, probably filtering a lot of them to see, make sure, and then maybe putting it out there and then keeping it like, going full blown like the others.
Zahir says, whenever I see a guy driving a Lamborghini or a McLaren, I always think, bet he's not selling crap on eBay. Absolutely.
Right. Definitely.
Well, I wonder what Shazad drives. He probably has a nice car.
He probably doesn't even have a car. He probably has a service that picks him up every time he goes somewhere. Like, sir, what kind of car you want to go in today? Let's rent the Lamborghini today.
Jody said, if you fall below standard on eBay, you get 0 to 1 sales per day if you're lucky.
Yeah, luckily I've hope to never have to worry about that. But I mean, like my sales are slow. Yeah, I get spurts. Like I had 2 sales, and then finally 2 people bought or paid for their items. I had 4 items go out today, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm trying to do Mercari to see if that will help. Things. Tommy says, to be honest, I put 10% effort into other platforms. I sort of took a break over the holidays, just cleared my mind. eBay will be on par with other apps now, and I'll slowly work on probably both. Yeah, I mean, honestly, unless it's Amazon for me, I can't rest my hat on it. That's terrible to say, and I mean that's just honest. I just don't like, especially if I was going full time.
Jonathan, you have me wondering if I should even try now after surgery. Absolutely, you should try, man. There's still great possibility of making a great living in ecom. You know what I mean? You just need to be flexible, adaptable, and honestly, for me, a lot of it comes down to sourcing smart. And like there's so many other things that I would normally buy that I just haven't been buying lately because the sales record tells it all. Regardless of what platform you're on, like you can pretty much use eBay sold listings to comp anything on any platform, minus probably Amazon. With Amazon, you'd probably want Keepa, but those 2 tools you can buy a lot smarter, and the smarter you buy, the easier it is to sell through things quickly, and the easier it is to not get stuck with money tied up in like stale inventory. So for me, like that's been something that I've been really focusing my energy on lately, is not putting out money on stupid buys anymore.
So he drives a BMW X4. Now ask him why with all his money. Right? I mean, it's still a nice car, but
yeah.
I mean, if I had crazy, insane money, definitely driving something crazy.
Yeah.
Here in my garage,
I'm in the same boat as you, man. That's why I started doing ecom full time, is because keeping a regular job just wasn't like in the cards for me anymore physically. So Yeah, you can definitely do big things though through Ecom. You know what I mean, and you can work at your own pace. Like for example, yesterday I was like dying after Nate's working hangout as far as like pain. So I just went upstairs. I took my laptop and I laid down and I just used Vendu and I cross posted everything. You know, so I'll post to eBay when I'm feeling good, and then when I'm not, I'll just pull up Vendu and I'll cross post to the other platforms. That way I can like lay down and kind of just do it at my leisure. So I would suggest that. You know, or Amazon FBA is great. You know, the only issue is like for me, like if I have a really heavy box, I'll just have somebody pick it up and take it to Staples for me. Or you can plan some kind of a pickup, you know. But as far as that, you really just buy the items and send it into Amazon and they do the work for you. So there's definitely a lot of different things you can do that can make this work good for, you know, having a disability and all that.
Yeah, like my perspective is more of like the newer reseller. I like to think because I haven't had the time to build up like the crazy stock of eBay stuff, partly because of my area too. Um, we don't have garage sale season for, I wouldn't even say 6 months. It'd be like a 4 month period, 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the seasons, because sometimes we have long winters and sometimes we have, short summers because of how the everything goes. So, and I like to think that I do pretty decent sourcing. So a lot of stuff sells, pretty decent, I would say, unless it's something that I know, like, okay, I'm going to buy this for $5. I know it's going to sell. I just don't know when. I'm going to put it on my shelf,
Yeah.
let it hang out. And when it does sell, it's going to make me $50 or whatever the case is. But it all depends on what you buy, what you source, what you pay. You know what I mean? Like, there's a guy on YouTube named Craigslist Hunter, and he has a shop. He'll pay up for stuff.
Yeah.
And like pay what, like, I think it's like 50% or something what it basically goes for on eBay. And then, he'll post it up and it usually sells pretty quick because he knows like certain items are going to sell pretty quick. So he doesn't mind paying up for it because it's going to be a quick sell.
Yeah.
Basically, like the faster the item should sell, the more you can pay for it because you know it's going to be a quick turnaround. If it's going to be a long turnaround, you want to pay as little as possible.
Yeah. And Jonathan, I understand what you're saying as far as misworking. Like I feel the same way a lot of times, but you can make eBay and whatever platforms you use into a job. You know what I mean? Like I have a work day. That's one of my favorite parts about doing this morning show. Ever since I first started a morning show back with the mid-morning break room last year. This is like the start of my day. I get up, I get my orders ready, I get them, printed, packed, and then I do the morning show. Anything I can't get done before the morning show, I finish up after the morning show, run to the post office, come back, and I always have something in mind that I'm going to work on. Like for example, today I'm going to finish off the rest of the shoes that I have, and then I'm going to start working on clothing, which I hate listing clothing, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I got a bunch of new good clothing like Under Armour, Nike, all kinds of good stuff like that. So I'm going to get that stuff all listed, and that's going to be my work day. I'll do a working hangout. I typically will incorporate YouTube into my work day too. Like my day is not over until there's at least one video uploaded to my channel every day. So you can definitely turn this into a job. And the nice thing is you make it work. You make it work for you. You don't work for it. So that's the best part about it. You can go based on how you feel. There's some days where literally I can't list. So like that's when the Vendu and list perfectly type stuff happens. Or like that's a day where I'll sit there and I'll source, like whether or not I can, get out to stores or whatnot. Like I'll do some online arbitrage. You know what I mean? That'll be the days that I set up local deals or, stuff like that. So there's lots of different tricks you can do to kind of make this career choice work for you rather than you work for it. Not saying that there's not a lot of work involved. There's a crap ton. Probably you probably would do more work working for yourself doing ecom than you would going and doing like a 9 to 5, 40 hours a week. but it's not going to feel like it. You know what I mean? Especially because when I work, I always either have like Netflix, YouTube, music, or something like keeping me entertained, or I'm doing a working hangout, just hanging out with people. So
that, and you can work at your own pace. If you want to take 20 breaks, take 20 breaks. If you're not feeling good and you need a day off, you can take a day off. But just be mindful that this is your only income, that if you don't work, say, for 3 or 4 days in a row, chances are you're not going to be making a lot of money unless you put a lot of that work in already. So that's one thing. Like, it's building up to be able to take this time off or to enjoy later on. Like, that's kind of where I want to be, why I work so hard now. So hopefully I can go full time, and then from full time I can really push. And then once, my kids are in their high school years or whatever, now I'm kind of, on the phone saying, hey, da da da, go do this and post, list this and do this. Like, I mean, will that happen? I don't know, but that would be awesome to think that I could just be the guy that basically is the buyer for the company, and just, tell other people to list and ship and do all that type of stuff. So
yeah,
but like Zahir says, like Rally Roots, like, for example, they do most of their business is wholesaling. That's what I would want to do if I was able to do it, because you're selling brand new stuff, you're selling it, and it's current, people want it, or it's a new product that they don't have and they want an upgrade or whatever. So it's a lot easier to sell that type of stuff, and you have a supply, you just call and buy, and boom, here it is. And if you're thinking about doing Amazon, that's probably the first thing you want to do, jump it into Amazon and start calling some of them wholesale companies, because that's the way you get ungated and start to sell basically anything you want, as long as you can get a deal with a company moving forward.
Yep. And Lisa C makes a good point. She said that eBay is completely flexible minus the shipping part, and that's a non-negotiable. You know what I mean? Like you have to get your shipping done in your allotted shipping time. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I do 1 business day. So like when stuff sells, like I'm always getting it shipped out either same day or the very next day. But I mean, if that's not manageable for your disability or for whatever, do 3 days, 3 business days. That's not going to be that big of a problem, and pretty much anybody can get something shipped out in a 3-day time frame. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I completely understand, Jonathan, especially with owning restaurants and stuff like that. That's like a very time intensive business as well. So I fully understand, man. If you ever want to talk about that stuff, hit me up, because I've been an entrepreneur in several different fields myself. So converting to ecom is, a lot of times you just feel like you have time on your hands and you're not really out doing stuff. But after a while, you kind of get in the groove. You know what I mean? I think that's just you just kind of need to hit that groove. You know what I mean? And really just get a good feel for the difference.
Virginia, it says that I miss working lots but my friends with their work are jealous of me being home. No one's ever happy. I know my work, no one is happy. I don't even think my boss can be happy, and I mean, he does what he wants. So,
Burns.
sometimes, like,
I need a side-by-side photo of this dude with Mr. Burns.
dude, I think if I definitely couldn't do it live, just for the fact that he could be watching. So that would be something I could probably
tell you what, get it ready, and I'll look at it on Sunday.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I could send it you in a text message or whatever. I don't mind doing that, but I'm just saying, for live purposes, I couldn't do a side by side. I'm sure that would be under some type of terms of policy or something.
Well, I'm pretty sure that if he is watching, he's probably not happy being called Mr. Burns, since he's like a decrepit old man.
That's exactly what he is. Literally, like, his health isn't good, which I don't wish the worst.
Like, if you're watching this, suck it, Mr. Burns.
Suck it long and suck it hard. But yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I'm gonna send him a link right after this. No, I'm just kidding. Nate gets laid off for telling his boss to suck it on YouTube.
Then we'd have to. I wouldn't even know what to think after that. Honestly, my goal, and I hope he's listening. Listen, Mr. Burns, fire me. Okay, fire me for no complete reason.
Yep.
Let me get that unemployment, and then I'll go full time, and then you'll never see this beard again. Okay, never see this beard again. I will never lather up with lion tamer or anything like that anymore in your face. But yeah, I mean that's my goal. I'll be straight up. That is my goal. Somehow to get fired, get unemployment, so my bills are covered, and then my flip money that I have set up right now can all get inventory and keep rolling, keep rolling. That is my goal.
I feel you.
If it happens that way, I hope so. Then you guys will be able to have a little more.
Going to work today and count a few pallets. I'm sure that won't make him happy.
Like that.
You see fishing and picking?
Well, not in that. You know what I mean. I mean, honestly, I don't think anything could be used against me because I didn't say his real name, and I don't say my business's name that I work for. So, unless you know that information, which do not talk about that. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, dude, that's exactly what it looks like. It's exactly
Get back to work. I will show you who's going to suck it long and hard.
I got a phone call right now. Like, hey, don't come in today. Like, why, Mr. Burns?
Put on your little vest, Nate. Go get that pallet. Unpack that meat.
Unpack that meat.
Did you see what Ken said?
No, not yet. Oh man. I don't like it.
Poor Ansley. She had no idea what she was walking into.
I might have to create a secret Facebook group.
For what, Mr. Burns?
Yeah. So put some of the asinine shit that he says from day to day and what he does, and oh man, it'd be called venting with the beard.
Yeah.
Coming to a Facebook or Instagram near you. Oh man.
You should just start doing stuff to like randomly mess with Mr. Burns.
But
you know what I did one time? I worked in a call center, and my supervisor had like a big cubicle with like all of our little cubicles attached to his. So he would always have meetings in his cubicle with like his higher ups and stuff throughout the day. One time I went in there like when he was on his lunch break, and right underneath his desk I stashed a fart machine. And I kept the remote control at my desk. So every time like his boss would come in and they'd have a conversation, like right in the middle of dead silence, I'd push the button and it would sound like he let out a real big fart. It was awesome. And he never found like he was doing it too. It like pissed him off for like ever. Had that thing stuck in his cubicle for a week.
Matt being convinced says you should film them all and do stupid boss video.
You go viral with that.
Like, nah, because I would get fired. Like if
that's your goal though.
Yeah, but to get fired under terms, I get unemployment though, not get fired because I just get fired and then I'm screwed. You know what I mean? Like if you violate rules or regulations, then unemployment is very hard.
Cameras everywhere in there too, huh?
No, there's not a lot of cameras. I don't even. We have like a couple cameras set up in a couple aisles, but other than that, there's not really too much cameras.
You should throw like a fart bomb into his office.
No, I'm not doing that. That would be too obvious, especially on YouTube.
You think he would just know it's you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a guy that's watching. I'm sure that is from my work or whatever, or maybe my boss. And yeah, who knows? They know I do YouTube, so
Yeah.
it was brought up the week that I was sick that I wasn't sick because I was on YouTube. Because YouTube, I mean, I was really just running around and doing backflips like Ansley in the chats and stuff, right? You know what I mean? Like,
What's up, CJ?
so yeah, I mean, I don't, yeah. What's up, CJ? Nice seeing you.
Chris says I'm really Mr. Burns. This is Undercover Boss. How mad would you be if that was really me, dude?
You?
Yeah.
What? You're Mr. Burns?
Yeah, if I was like secretly Mr. Burns, just like punking you around all day.
The thing that's funny is like we go at it. We go at it. Like he'll say something stupid, and I really like argue with him. Like we argue. We don't talk. Like usually with a boss, like you can't raise your voice.
Yeah.
Shit, that's the only way I talk to him.
Ansley wants to know who's snitching on you, man. She said, so who watches you here that told on you?
Well, there's this one guy who works in High Pick. Me and him were cool. So, like, of course, he knew about me on YouTube because I talk about reselling or try to certain people. And all of a sudden, he got bent out of shape about something totally ridiculous, and probably said something.
What's this guy's name, Nate?
His name's Anthony. It's funny that it sounds.
Sounds like a real douche.
Yeah. Freaking Anthony.
You see Ansley. Hey, High Pick guy.
Look, you're YouTube famous just because I mentioned your name. There you go.
There you go, Anthony. It's a salute to you, man. One finger salute.
Where's what's his name? Where's Tim at? He was talking about going knocking on eBay doors last night. I told him, I was like, see, I like that. I like people of action. Just hop in the car and go knocking on doors. That's what we need to go do. Knock on his door. I think I know where he lives too. And the plot thickens. No, I don't have his email. I don't have his email.
Do you see what Greg said? He taped a fart machine under an older lady who was at least 400 pounds. My boss and me, who knew, were dying laughing, and then she said, I can't feel them coming out.
Wow. Funniest thing about that story is it was him and his boss that set that up.
A couple of pickers got their first troll on Instagram.
You know you made it now.
Yeah.
You got a hater. You made it. Congratulations for making it.
Do you see the hashtag by Old School Picker?
I mean, honestly, guys, I wish I took a picture while we were at Kennywood because we have company picnics and stuff sometimes.
Nathan, it's me. It's Mr. Burns. Come over here.
Come to the office. Nate, come to the office.
Like, I want to know what that conversation's like.
Dude, like,
Mr. Burns.
The thing that's funny is, like, I'm not going to say I'm the best worker in the world, but I definitely do a good job. Okay. I've worked for this company for almost 2 years now.
This was unpacked improperly.
That's what he looks like when he's telling me to do something I don't want to do.
So he comes at you with like grabby hands.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say now. I can't remember now.
Jody says, excellent.
Excellent, Smithers. Yeah, I mean, I wish I took a couple photos. Oh, now I remember what I was gonna say. I worked for this guy for almost 2 years. Okay, like I said, I'm not the top like employee of the month type person, but I definitely do a solid job because I've done this all my life because I worked for my dad. I've never heard this guy say good job. Okay, never ever. So we had a meeting. We have a weekly meeting now over our productivity, what we do, da 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 da. So I only worked 2 days last week, so it wasn't too much to talk about. So he wants me to do something mandatory for 2 hours a day, and I told him, I said, it depends on the day. We'll see how it goes. And he basically told me it had to be mandatory. And he says, well, I guess I'll have to follow you around Monday and see why you can't get this done, or to make sure if you can't get this done. He goes, if I'm wrong, then I'll apologize and say you're right. I said, so you're going to apologize and say I was right, but I can't get you to say thank you or good job. And he switched gears on the subject so fast because we were in there with not only me and him, but it was his boss. And I brought this up to his boss, the way he acts and how he is and everything. And I'm hoping he gets fired because we got sold to another company, and I heard that he was on the hot seat. So I hope he does.
You should just get the hashtag trending at work then, the whole "suck it, Mr. Burns" movement.
Victoria says Nate wants to be the big boss. I love it. I mean, like, I'm gonna be my own boss, but I mean, whenever you work for somebody, and they do a decent job. I mean, even if they do a good job every once in a while, saying good job or whatever to somebody, as minor as it is, you should do it. Anybody who has a boss or has people under them or works under them, or is a supervisor or whatever, make sure you do that, because you'll make people work harder than what they can, or what they whatever, and actually make people happy because they know that you care and actually have something to say. So
yeah, for sure.
Alex says that he says, random thought, I'm going to delete wrenches because trolls don't watch with so much security. Top flight.
Yep.
Top flight security of the world, Craig.
Fishing and Pickett wants you to tape Fish to his office chair or desk.
Whenever I find Master Splinter down here and get him to tap out, and put him underneath his desk, or put it in his lunch. Oh, you dirty rat! You killed my brother! You dirty rat! Mm. The reason I know that is from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, wrenches are good to have, Jody, in case of trolls. Like, honestly, like, a lot of times I'll see people in the chat talking about a troll, and that's the only way I even know they were there.
It does. It makes a huge difference just to say, hey, you did a good job today. I'm not saying for every little thing that you do, but for something that someone did the perfect thing for, if it was a bad situation and they did it themselves and didn't need help or whatever, because I work on a shift of just me and another guy. So, if I don't do something right, of course I'm gonna get, a shitstorm because I work on a mid shift, so everyone blames mid shift. But but when I do something right, it'd be nice to hear to say something. You know what I mean?
Like, you did really good on this show today, man.
Hey,
Your
don't
beard
lie.
was fluffy, and your dialect was on point.
Don't lie. Well, it's Courts Hill. We're going to wind it down, and we're going to remember people to check out. Oh, I got to edit this because No Money G ain't gonna be on there. I don't want to put fake news.
How do you know he's not going to be on there?
No Money G, you going back on there again? I think you're just a special guest.
No Money G goes where No Money G wants to go.
No Money G was
that right, Greg?
He was like Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Yeah.
However noise he made, I can't remember.
So we shutting this thing down, or what's going on here, Nate?
I don't know. I was thinking about
sit here awkwardly and blow vape in people's face.
I mean, if you want, we can. Got to work on that, Anthony.
I was trying to get like a weird looking face when I did it. Chris, why don't you go to work and tell Mr. Burns OSP said suck it?
I'll definitely tell him that. I like OSP said All right, guys. Thank you for being here. All 43 of you. Really appreciate it. Have a fantabulous Friday. And remember, if you work under somebody, tell them good job. You might have a bearded guy underneath you that wants to hear that. So
that doesn't sound good, Nate.
All right. I try to be positive. All right, I'm shutting down. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.